Hey, one thing I'm doing better at. Every time we record this, I drop my daughter off and get my second cup of coffee, usually a cappuccino. Today, skip that, drinking bone broth.
Wow,
It's
that's a big up.
disgusting.
That's a big upgrade.
They say it's lotion for your gut.
It makes sense. I mean, you'll have your second coffee after, and then a third.
Yeah.
I'm on coffee number 3, and actually, this is a fourth. This is a decaf.
Wow. Wait, what time is it where you're at?
It's 6:30 p.m.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, I'm going deep in coffee land. I'm in Greece, and I can't get enough of frappes.
What's a frappe?
A frappe is like it's a Greek drink, Greek coffee drink,
Mm.
and it's Nescafe instant coffee.
Oh shit! It's Korean style, man. That's what my
Frothed,
parents used to drink.
but frothed up with sugar in like
Yeah.
you use like a milkshake whizzer,
Oh wow.
ice, and it's really good, but it's bad. It's good
Yeah,
bad.
it's fancy instant. I grew up where my parents drank is it Nestle? It's instant Folgers crystals. Instant coffee. Before Starbucks, before anything fancy. Every night after dinner they would do the Folgers crystals.
I mean, that's basically what I'm drinking. It's Nescafe crystals,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's fancy because it's whizzed up, you know.
Right. How's Greece? I'm jealous.
Greece, dude, Greece is. I mean, Lisbon was good, but Greece is. This is like my
Yeah.
home. It's the second home.
What's beautiful about Greece? Is it the aesthetics? Is it the people, culture, food? What is amazing about Greece?
I mean, I'm on a Greek island, right? So
Mm,
it's like you're surrounded by beautiful Mediterranean water. There's beaches.
yeah.
The people, yeah, Greeks are nice. They're not the most like hospitable people.
I heard the opposite, but I guess it depends. I heard they're very like they let you into their living room, you know?
Well, at this point, it's September and they're just sick of tourists.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so they're sort of like ready for everyone to go home.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always said that, like, for an economy that's based on tourism, they are not the friendliest to tourists.
Mm,
And yeah, I don't know. It's like it's crumbling. It's crumbling down a little bit, but it's
yeah.
it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Things are hard to get done here, also.
Yeah.
If you're trying to work or do business. But yeah, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I don't know what else to say. You know, it's like I'm trying to get rid of my tan lines. That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, nude beaches, huh?
Nude beaches for sure. I know the nude beaches on this island. It's like the first thing I do.
Are you serious?
Well, first thing I do is get the motorcycles out of storage and then go to the nude beach. Yeah.
Wow. So no joke, you go to nude beaches. I know that's a thing, but I've never been to one. Just naked on the sand, huh?
Naked. Well, you put a towel down.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And not everybody was naked. I mean, this beach is known to be like a nudist beach, and I would say that I was definitely the only person that was naked.
Oh, it's optional.
It's optional, yeah. And then sometimes that's enough to get people going.
Yeah.
It like has like a cascading effect.
If you get a boner, do you just turn face down?
Yeah. Or sit up, put your legs, sit up and put your legs like up,
Right.
and then it kind of disappears.
What would it require for you to get a boner? I mean, because we're not in our 20s anymore. More than a breeze, for sure.
I mean, I didn't get a boner.
Yeah.
And I had a semi-naked woman next to me.
I would rather have a bone. You know what? I would rather have kind of a half staff because having nothing would make me feel a little bit insecure. But then you also don't want a boner that would call too much attention. But having just like a half staff is a nice, comfortable, you know.
4 minutes, everybody. 4 minutes.
What are you eating for breakfast? What are you licking a spoon, man?
I was like 4 minutes for John to bring up penises.
Yeah.
I was licking the spoon from the coffee.
Well, because nude beach is something I've always been curious about, never attended. I don't know if it's an experience that I want for myself. I think it is very kind of like when you think about a nude beach, you're thinking about everyone naked and all that. But I think it's very different. Actually, when you attend, it's probably not that big of a deal. It's super casual, and some people are naked, some people are not. No one's looking, you know.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to I don't this might be TMI, but you know.
Everything on our podcast is TMI from the second we're on.
Wait, didn't I tell you that I have a tan penis?
Yes, you said you said it's a little dark. You said it was an insecurity that your penis is a little too dark in your words.
No, I didn't. I never. I don't feel insecure about it.
Oh, oh,
It's just
I
that,
thought you felt insecure about it.
no. It's just that the first person I had sex with told people at school, and then they
Oh,
called
that's
me
right.
Tan Dick,
That it's
Tan Dick
tan
for a
dick.
bit.
Yeah,
But I mean, I feel like Tan Dick, like that's an okay nickname.
tan dick. Yeah, I like that. That's a
Nothing wrong with
t-shirt.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
So, anyways, today at the beach, because I'm trying to get rid of the tan lines, I have to be strategic about where I place sunscreen, where I sunscreen.
Oh, right.
And of course, my head, that's got to be number one. I don't want to start burning the top of my head.
Yeah,
And then my penis, because I was like, dude, my dick's already dark.
yeah.
You
You
gotta
can't have it darker.
sunscreen the penis. But when I was doing it, this old lady looked at me as I was doing it.
Oh, so it's not spray; it's lotion sunscreen.
It says I sprayed it into my hand and then I rubbed it on. It's not.
Yeah, you're basically masturbating on the beach. Is what you're doing.
I was masturbating, so she caught me sort of like applying sunscreen to my penis, and she looked away, like embarrassingly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a pretty casual situation. It's not really a big deal.
Yeah.
Some people were, some people weren't. You kind of gotta. It's kind of weird though, because like you have to walk by a bunch of people who are wearing bathing suits when you're going into the water,
Oh, right.
and then you come back out and there's shrinkage.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's where the half staff really comes in, but it's not there.
Culturally, I wonder if it's an American thing. You and I even talking about this and our insecurities of that whole, because, culture, I think different cultures, it's not even on their mind. It's not even a big deal. Like, I think that the nude beaches, yeah, somewhere like Greece would be amazing. But like, it wouldn't work in Malibu. It wouldn't work here in Los Angeles, because people are very self-conscious and they're judgy and it's very appearance driven and all that.
Well, there's that, but there's also like a puritanical culture where half the people are going to say that it's totally inappropriate and that it's sexual harassment and
offensive.
Then there's even women that are like, my husband can't be trusted around your naked breasts. Like, cover up. Yeah, it's making my husband uncomfortable. And you're like, lady, your husband is not uncomfortable.
Yeah. Culturally, the nude beaches, like in Europe, there's just less. It's just about freedom, and it's not even put under a black light like we do in the States. And yeah,
dude,
a lot less.
I gotta tell you, swimming naked, nothing better.
I've never done that in the ocean.
Nothing better.
Yeah.
I mean, where have you done it? In a bathtub.
Exactly, and I'm not
That's
swimming.
Not swimming.
I'm just sitting there.
What about skinny dipping, like in a pool with a girlfriend, like at night?
Never done that.
We did get a voicemail from a woman therapist, and she's probably going to get a kick out of this. We're not going to play it because it was long, but it was all very, very positive. And she said that she would absolutely have a threesome with us. And she said, "I'm not an artist."
Therapist,
yeah, therapist. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the exemption.
2 therapists and a coach. Hey, between two ferns, between two therapists. You'd be the middle. You'd be the middle.
That's me.
Yeah,
I'm Zach Galifianakis. Why is it always a Greek guy?
It is. Hey, are you full Greek?
Half Greek.
Oh, half Greek. Oh, makes sense. Okay.
But they say that if your dad is Greek, then you're full Greek.
That's very sexist.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's kind of a sexist
mom
culture.
doesn't count.
Mom doesn't count. No.
Dad
but if your
overrides
mom's
the other. Yeah.
Dad overrides. But if your mom is Jewish, you're full Jewish.
Oh, interesting.
Dad doesn't count.
Yeah.
Mom overrides.
Interesting. So going back to this therapist, you left a voicemail.
She left a voicemail.
Yeah.
She gave us a lot of lovely feedback. We got a bunch of lovely feedback. And she said you absolutely need to go to Esalen and get naked in the hot springs.
I've heard of that. I do want to do that. I have friends who have done that. You're on the cliff of a mountain. It's gorgeous. There's moonlight. And it's not pervy, right? It's just very kind of natural 60s. And I think it's also like spring water. You're not in like a jacuzzi.
They're hot springs.
Hot springs, yeah. That would be an amazing experience. That's what I want to do.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Hey, John, I gotta bring something up. This is really funny. One of my friends kind of clued me in on this.
Hmm.
That you say the word creepy and pervy a lot when talking about naked stuff.
Do I?
Yeah, yeah. Like I think you're extra sensitive to it. I think you don't want things to be creepy. You don't want things to be pervy.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of curious where that comes from.
I don't know. Maybe programming. I don't want people to think that I am creepy or a predator or pervy because I'm nude. Maybe I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah, I didn't
yeah,
notice that about myself.
yeah. I mean, I think you're yeah. I think you want to be extra careful not to come off as creepy. But there's nothing creepy about just being naked. You know.
I wonder. I mean, I definitely have not been naked with friends, other men, people I know. I think I'd be more comfortable being naked with strangers if I was by myself. Oh yeah, 100%. Than like with you or a group of friends.
Oh,
Not even making it sexual. Just like for example, a nude beach or a salon or something like that. I've been invited many times, my guy friend, to the Korean spa, and he wants to just go nude, and I won't go. I feel I don't know. I wonder if I don't know what it is. I just feel uncomfortable, man.
well, I think isn't it because you're ashamed?
I don't know. I know, but it's not even about me. I don't want to see. I don't want to. I don't want to see my friend naked. I mean, it sounds very immature. You know, I just,
Well,
I, it, uh,
I don't know if it's immature necessarily.
it's
I
just not
think you're
something I'm used to. I don't have a lot of reps in that. I think if I was brought up in a different culture in Europe, I know in Korea there's like bathhouses and stuff. And so, then it just becomes the norm. But I grew up in America where uh, I have never been nude in front of friends or together with friends ever.
I will change like into a bathing suit or into shorts or something like on the sidewalk. I'll like look around real quick. Like I'm
Yeah,
not gonna go look for a bathroom or like wrap
right.
a towel. I'm just gonna like do it real quick
I don't.
because
That's
like
you'll get arrested here if you do that in
I
Los
don't
Angeles.
know, man. I
Yeah,
don't think maybe I guess maybe
yeah,
I'm living in the wrong culture.
yeah. Maybe I need to experience a little bit of Europe to be more
Maybe you're living
free.
in the wrong culture.
Yeah, I don't know.
What about going to the Korean bathhouse alone?
I have done it alone, and it's just a lot of balls in your face. Usually older men, just pretzel dicks, and it just reminds me of my dad. And I
Wait,
don't know. It's
what's a
not that I'm
pretzel?
uncomfortable. I'm not. I don't know. I just don't like it.
Yeah, but okay. First of all, it's a it's not in your face unless you're going to like a gay bathhouse.
Well, I'm
Then they're
exaggerating here.
literally in your face. But
They're everywhere.
yeah, hmm, interesting. What's a
Yeah.
pretzel? Pretzel dick? It's all twisted
know.
up.
Some penises I just noticed look like pretzels, man. Maybe because they're all old, because they're older. All the when you go to a Korean spa, they're all older dudes in the male section. I don't know about females, but with men, it's all 60, 70-year-old men.
Dude,
And
that's gonna be you.
that's not me now. It's not me. It's not like
It's
a
the
bunch of 30, or it's not a bunch of fit men. It's all older, saggy dudes in the Korean spas with lots of hair.
oh, what about naked CrossFit?
No, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work.
I bet you would.
So you're in Greece, and how long are you there until you go back to where?
I'm going to Berlin on Friday. I'm in Greece. I just got here yesterday.
Wow.
As soon as I arrived, I was like, "Oh fuck, I should stay longer."
Yeah.
I have a fun I had a fun experience. I didn't. There were no towels in my room, and so I asked
Mhm.
the owner if I can get some towels. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I have to call the maid or the service." I was like, "Oh, it's a service. That's weird." And then later, he's like, "Hey, I told the service that there was a beautiful boy who has no towels."
Oh. And
And
did you say
his
I'm a man, not a boy?
no, I just let him go because his English is not that great, and
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But he was very proud of the fact that he called them and told them there was a beautiful boy with no towels.
Wow.
And
It's
I'm
a compliment.
sitting, I'm eating like olives and salami, and I'm outside, and this beautiful French woman shows up with towels,
Mm.
and I'm like, oh, the towel person is here. We started chatting, and they go, hey, I'm going to a beach tomorrow. Do you want to you want to go to the beach with me? And she was like, sure. Yeah, that sounds fun. So anyways, she met me at the Nude beach
No
today.
way. This sounds like a movie, man. You're making this shit up. You
No, why
needed
would I?
towels. A beautiful French woman delivers the towel. You ask her to go to a nude beach, and suddenly she's like, "Sure, let's go." And you guys are
Well, I didn't
at the
say it was a nude beach,
right.
but I said, do you want to meet me at this beach? And she said, sure. And then I showed up early and I was naked. And then she showed up and she was like, hey. And she sat down.
My God. And so it was like a date.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. And how was it? Wait, so she was dressed. You were naked.
I was naked. She took her top off.
And wow,
it's very By the way, it's very common in nude beaches for women
to take their tops off.
To take their tops off,
and
keep the bottoms. But the dude, there's no top to take off.
Right. What? It'd be weird if you had your shirt on, just no pants. Naked.
That's called shirt cocking. It's a thing in Burning Man.
So how was that? How was the date? You guys hung out for how long? What was it like? Was there chemistry? What'd you guys talk about?
We talked about all sorts of stuff. We talked about tourism. We talked about Greece, travel. We talked about. I mean, something that we're going to talk about now is ghosting, right? Well, soon we should talk about ghosting more because it's such a huge prevalent issue.
Was there attraction chemistry, or was that just kind of a single serving thing with French?
We're having dinner tomorrow.
Oh shit!
So here's what I want to say.
Shaun's got intentions.
Yeah, and guess what? I'm picking up the tab.
Good. You're doing better now, Shaun.
I also had a fun date in Lisbon. I had like we went to a beach, not a nude beach, but we had a full day.
Yeah.
We met, one of her friends put us in touch, and we went and had like a whole day together. And I think it was just friendly vibes, but this feels different. This feels a little bit more sexy vibes.
You're attracted to this French girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow, Shaun, that sounds like a fantasy, man. Shit just happens to you that doesn't happen to other people. I mean,
here's what I was going to say. It's like you can't plan this stuff, right? You can't plan the fact that like I was outside when she came. Like I could have been in my room. She could have just left the towels and left, right?
That's what I'm saying.
And then we were talking and it just was easy, right? Like it flowed easily. And at some point, someone has to make the move.
Yeah.
Right. And she's like going to go clean. She's like was going to work. She had to like other things to do. And so there was like a finite amount of time for someone to do something to like extend the opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think we should talk about like how to date without apps, because this is sort of
actually really good at that. I've seen it in real time person, your extension, you asking someone, hey, let's go on and grab a coffee. Like you actually taking it from what's happening now to the extension of drinks, in this case, a nude beach, which is now leading to a dinner. You guys are going to 100% have sex. You can have sex with the French girl who brought your towels to your room.
Maybe.
That's fantasy, man.
A man doesn't kiss and tell.
But you're a boy. You're a beautiful boy, Shaun. You're not a man.
A beautiful boy kisses
and
tells.
In that country, you're a beautiful boy. When you come back, you're a man.
Oh, it's funny because I was like, hey, the Greek dude said that he called you and said that there was a beautiful boy that needed a towel. And she was like, he absolutely did not say beautiful boy.
Oh, and I was fucking with you.
Well, Greeks, dude, you can't trust a Greek bearing gifts. Wow. Remember the Trojan horse?
Listen, she would not have gone to the beach with you if she wasn't interested. And then on top of that, she would not be going to dinner with you if she wasn't interested. So this is on.
Probably not. Yeah. She has a little chihuahua. So that's cool.
She wants to see your little chihuahua.
She already did.
She already did. And she didn't think it was too dark. She was like,
well, I don't know. She might have. She just didn't say anything about it. You can't be like, yo, what's up with your tan dick? Your dick is so tan.
Hey, regarding the kiss and tell, you can't drop this story on the podcast and not then tell us the ending. So hopefully in the next episode. So we are planting a seed and we'll let you know how this unfolds. We have to know how it unfolds. Yeah.
So thank you for the feedback about being. No, we'll do ghosting later. Let's talk about how to date without apps, because I think it is really important. It's a question that we get. I mean, do you get this often?
How to date without apps? Yeah. How to approach people, how to ask people out. Like, where do I meet people? Yeah. If I want to be off apps because I'm sick of them and swipe culture, what do I do?
Should we tackle that right now? I feel like it's
Yeah,
such
let's
a
do it.
huge, like it's a very rich question. There's a lot to go on here.
Yeah, I have a go-to answer. It's not, it's not magic. It's kind of generic.
Let's go with your go-to, and then we'll go deeper.
Communities, like-minded people. So I know like you're in a running club, right? So I didn't, the days of tapping grocery carts at the grocery store, I think are kind of gone. But if you go to any kind of micro community where you have something in common with that community, you already have overlap, right? So whether that is a motorcycle club, fitness, yoga, meditation, ice plunges, yeah, I mean, rock climbing, there's so many communities now. Getting involved in community, I think, is a really nice um, plug and play. Yeah. And then from there, you have to make the promise before you even walk in, tell yourself, I'm going to be social. I'm going to extend myself. I'm going to smile. I'm going to make eye contact. I'm not just going to, stand against the wall like John Kim does.
Yeah, and I'll be honest,
Yeah.
I can sometimes be the person who stands against the wall, right? Like I
Yeah.
think my charisma and my gregariousness and my extrovertedness ebbs and flows. And sometimes I'm not
Mhm.
feeling super confident and it's really hard to meet people. And sometimes
Yeah.
I'm feeling real talkative and it's like stupid easy to meet people.
Yeah.
So I don't want people to think that it's always easy for me to meet people. It's not always easy. Like actually the first week in Lisbon, I arrived in Lisbon on Sunday. I didn't talk to a stranger until Wednesday.
Well, listen, you're by yourself. Most people won't even get on a plane by themselves. So you're
Well,
traveling by yourself and talking to people.
I'm I'm by myself, but I was staying with my friends. And so I already
Mm,
had some people to talk to. And it's like, if you are traveling as a couple,
yeah.
it'll be really hard for you to meet a stranger.
Right.
But if you're traveling alone, you're more likely to meet a stranger. But it took me 3 days, and I was literally sitting next to this person the day before my birthday. My birthday was on
Mm,
Thursday.
hmm
Um, and so on Wednesday, I was like not feeling great. I was feeling pretty disconnected. I was feeling kind of sad. I think birthdays for me are like, I'm looking back on the year and I'm like,
mm.
am I where I thought I was going to be? And sort of, there's a lot of reflection there.
Wait a minute. Was it your birthday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Oh shit. When's your birthday? I feel so bad. I didn't know, Sean. I'm sure
September
you
12th.
told me.
It's okay, John. It doesn't really
Oh,
bother me. I don't really
oh
love
my
being
God, it's past.
celebrated. Yeah,
4 days ago. Sean,
That,
I'm sorry.
that's
Sean,
okay.
listen, you bought me socks for no reason. It's your birthday. I forgot your birthday. I didn't even send you a card. But I didn't know. I didn't know it was
You
your birthday.
can't
It's not like I
forget
knew and I
something.
forgot. That'd be different. I didn't know it was your birthday.
Put it on your calendar, September 12th, dude, the
I
day after
will.
September
Fuck.
11th.
Sorry, man. I gotta be a
Look,
better friend.
yo,
Yo.
it literally didn't cross my mind
Okay.
that you didn't. I don't expect that from you. Plus, I don't really expect it from other people. The only reason I got a ton of birthday celebrations on my birthday is because I told Instagram to tell me what you love about me, and I got thousands of messages, right?
Wow.
Um, but so I'm sitting on this park. I'm sitting on this park bench, and there's this woman next to me, and I'm writing my birthday blog post that I posted last week. And I'm like, I should really just talk to this person.
Yeah.
I should talk to this stranger, And she's reading a book in English. So I know we speak the same language. And so after 20 minutes of sitting next to this person, I turn around and I go, hey, I have a question for you. And she goes, uh-huh. And she already looks like, oh God, what is this guy going to say?
Right. Were you attracted to her or no? Zero
Not
attraction.
really.
Okay, not really.
She was pretty, whatever.
Right.
Pretty
Okay.
woman next to me.
Yep.
And she looks at me kind of like, oh God, what?
Yeah.
This guy's
What's he
about
gonna
to
say?
hit on me.
Right.
And I said, I have a question for you. And she goes, uh-huh. And I go, how do you feel before your birthday?
Wow. Nice.
And
Yeah.
yeah. And she was
Yeah.
like, oh, wow. Okay. That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Right. And then we had a conversation. She's like, why do you ask? I go, because it's my birthday tomorrow and I'm feeling kind of weird. She was like, oh, what are you feeling weird about? So I guess the point is like someone has to go first when you're meeting people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it might as well be the person who wants to meet people. Right.
Yeah.
And
and also kind of a creative way in. If you're single, steal what Sean just said. It's great. That question? How do you feel before your birthday? Because it kind of catches people off guard. It's also not. It's not like you're saying some kind of like, it doesn't sound like a pickup line. It sounds like I want to connect with you on a human line, curious line. Yeah.
It was absolutely like a legitimate bid for connection.
Right.
And then we chatted for 5 minutes, and then I was like, cool, thanks. And then we kind of went back to our own thing. I was continuing to do my thing, and she continued to do her thing.
Mm.
And then she got up and left, and she said bye. And then the next day, I was on my birthday. I was in the same plaza, but I was doing something else. And there was this woman next to me reading a book, and I asked her, "How's your book?" And she goes, "Oh, it's good." I go, "What's it about?" And then she told me the story about heartbreak, and she was nowhere near as receptive to talking to me.
She was reading. Yeah.
They were both reading.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right.
What I'm saying is that like you just never know how receptive someone's going to be until you try. And I think that's what stops people. People just don't know what's going to happen. And this woman eventually like stopped talking. I got the message. I kept doing my thing. And then she eventually just got up and walked away like 10, 20 minutes later. She didn't even say bye. Just walked up and walked away. So you just don't know how people are going to react. And for the most part, if you're being respectful, it's not personal, right? If they don't want to talk to you, it's okay. Right. It's not personal, but I think that stops people, right? The fear of what's going to happen stops people.
Yes. Well, it's the fear of rejection. And most people don't have what you have, where if someone doesn't respond in the way that you want them to, you actually do really well with not taking it personally. Sometimes that'll crush someone by, extending themselves, and the other person, doesn't really say anything. And then they internalize and think that, I'm not attractive or worthy. You kind of let it roll off your shoulder. You accept the person's truth and you don't take it personally. That's the piece that I think is rare, that most people don't have. And that's why they don't approach people. That's why it's so hard.
I was going to say, it must be my ego, but I don't think it's that. I think it's just like a decent sense of self. Like I think I'm a good person. I think I'm good looking. I think I'm interesting. I think most people would be happy to have a conversation with me.
And if they're not, you're okay with it. So you just kind of see it as it's not a good fit. It's okay. Not there's something wrong with me.
Yeah, it's not exactly. But when I'm feeling down on myself, then I might internalize it and I might make it personal.
Right.
I might be like, oh, she hates bald dudes, or like she doesn't like the guy with short hair. By the way, I haven't. This is a total like side note. I kind of look like a skinhead.
Oh, because you haven't shaved, or because you haven't grown it out. You're continuing to shave it. Yeah,
I'm going to continue to shave, but like I could lean into the like skinhead look.
Get some tattoos, man.
Get some tattoos. Like skinny black jeans, Doc Martens, leather jacket with like Rancid on the back.
You know what? You try to look more harder with tattoos and the skinhead, but then you continue to be you, someone who is working on himself, and that is like peanut butter and chocolate. You know what I'm saying? I think it's hot. It's a good combo. Yeah. Because you don't want to be soft on soft. You want to be you want to have a spine and then be soft, and that's sexy.
I'm going to keep working out. I'm going to get a bunch of tattoos, like teardrop.
Oh, yeah. Your hot factor is going to go up, man. Get some tattoos, keep that skinhead, work out, and then also be very sensitive and keep that high EQ. And that's a great recipe for sexy.
Yeah, probably like a cross right here,
No, it's a little too far. A cross on the face. Yeah, no face tattoos.
Oh, no face tattoos. Okay.
No face tattoos, yeah.
Okay, so community, I like that. I agree with that. I think meetup.com is like you can when I moved to Arizona, I wanted to make friends. I looked at what was happening on Meetup, and there was not anything I really loved, so I just didn't go. But in Montreal, that's where I met a bunch of badminton people. They hook up on they get together on Meetup. The cool thing about the communities is that usually you have fresh people coming in on a regular basis.
Yeah. You have a nomadic spirit. A lot of people don't have that, where they could just enter a community and start engaging and be social. Things that are easy for you may be really a struggle for other people, especially if they're introverted. So
yeah, but I've been putting in reps my whole life. That's why it's easy.
You've been practicing. Right. Yeah.
So like you getting naked is not going to be easy, but I'm
Is
telling you,
it?
dude, at
Is it
70, we're going to be pulling you off the nude beaches in handcuffs, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So get in reps. I love this, and I think it's needed in the world. I think we rely too much on screens and also instant gratification. In my younger days, I had to walk up to someone and get their phone number and then ask them out and wash my car and set up my 6 disc CD changer and pick them up, all of that. So we don't have to earn shit now. Everything's on demand. And so going back to putting in the reps, I love that idea. As a challenge to yourself, walking up to someone, or just even here's some not heavy lifting, taking the shallow into the pool. And when you go get coffee or when you're engaging with the world, make eye contact with someone. Just smile. You don't even have to
Yeah.
have a conversation. Like just try to see what that feels like.
I think throwaway compliments, like
Mm,
as you're walking, you see
yeah.
someone walking towards you, you say, "Great pants, keep walking."
Yeah. So like there's no intention. You're just observing.
The
I like
intention
that.
is to give a compliment as you walk by and keep walking. There's
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
reciprocation needed. We're
Ooh,
not trying to have a
I like that.
conversation.
That's the
We're
warm up.
we're just getting used to talking to strangers.
Yeah.
That's it. And then next time you're in a place, you could be like, "Hey, I really like your pants," and you stay and you see how that
Right.
feels. What does that feel
Right.
like to have the intro of a conversation, right? And they go, "Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, I got him a TJ Maxx." You're like, "No way, I fucking hate TJ Maxx. I'm a Ross guy for life." And then you're having a conversation.
Yeah. Yes, I
Um,
agree. I agree with you, man. 100%. I used to go in coffee shops and just sit in the corner and write, and now, um, I say hi to. I try to make some small talk. I like you said, throw away compliments. I engage with who's around me. I think it's important.
yeah,
Yeah.
someone's reading a book, you've read it, you say that's a great fucking book.
Right.
It doesn't have to be complicated. Um, Apps are a tool to get you to go on dates. That's it.
Hmm.
They're an app. They're just a tool to put people in touch with other people who probably want what you want, right? But they're not the end all be all, right? Like our parents did fine. We did fine before dating apps.
I don't know if our parents did fine.
Good call.
Yeah, I don't think our parents did fine. Some of
Good
our parents
call.
did fine. Some of our parents,
Yeah, good call.
some of our parents compromised or just took what was there, or their partnership was arranged, or who knows,
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Side question. What, like, if you're really trying to impress someone, what were the 6 CDs that you put in the changer?
Oh, so I wanted to play a story. So the music in the beginning would be kind of like a little bit light, and then I would sprinkle it with songs that were a little bit like on the fence. But people judge you on music. I mean, there was someone I went on a date on, and her music was everything. And if the music lined up, there was a high chance of things happening. And if you liked the band that she thought was really lame, there's like zero chance. So there is some at stake if you want to play fuck around with music.
So I'm still waiting for actual like bands in the 6 CD changer.
Oh man. So if I was to go on a date today, there would be some '90s bands, alternative. I'd do a little bit of maybe Depeche Mode, Third Eye Blind, but also a little bit of harder stuff like um, Rage Against the Machine, a little
Oh
bit of hip
wow.
hop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Tribe
would make
Called.
sure that it was the 48 box of crayons, not primary colors, right? So
Okay. Okay.
yeah, I would little hip hop and little, yeah. I would make sure it's eclectic. I would throw a wide net.
Yeah. Biggie
Yeah,
or Tribe?
both, both.
Yeah.
A little Biggie, a little Tribe, a little new, a little old. Yeah, yeah.
Favorite Tribe album, John?
I don't know.
Okay. Sorry. I'm
Yeah.
a Beats Rhymes and Life guy, but also a Midnight Marauder.
Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know Tribe that well.
Okay. Dating apps. How do we date off the apps? Did we go there? Do we
Yeah,
feel good?
communities, engage, put yourself out there, start conversations. Everything. I mean, I think everything you're saying, we know, kind of like we know how to change our bodies. It's basically nutrition and exercise, but it's actually getting to the gym. It's putting the reps in. I like that idea that we have to sharpen our social swords. Maybe not swords, but we have to. Those are skills,
Pencil.
and because of tech, no one's using those skills anymore. They're dull.
So a couple of things. I used to ask people if they were single before I would ask them out. So we're
Oh,
chatting.
does that put them on edge? Because then they know what's coming next if you say, "Are you single?"
Yeah, but they could say if they think, right, if they think that you're about to ask them out, they can say no. They can lie. They can say I have a boyfriend, and then you're like, oh, okay, too bad. I was going to ask you out, but instead, have a great day. Pivot, walk away.
Asking someone out, that's the next level, right? So having a conversation, it's the like, hey, do you want to, or can I get your number? That was the hard thing, back in the day when we actually asked for our numbers and we used our phones to talk, to make phone calls. Getting the actual number was the hardest part. That's where you get nervous.
Yeah, but then what? Then you got to fucking use the number. I think that my strategy is always ask them if they're single and then ask them on a date, or ask them on a date. You don't even have to ask them if they're single, because they'll tell you if they're not single, right? I'll be like, hey, do you want to go on a date with me? Do you want to have dinner? Do you want to go on a date with me? Is what I normally would ask someone. I've kind of softened it a little bit in the last couple years, but then you avoid the whole phone call, the whole telephone. What do you do with the telephone number after? You got to start all over again.
Yeah. I think these days it's not the phone number, it's your social media. It's
which
like,
I don't think we should be sharing, by the way. I think that's too much information too soon.
Oh, because then you see their whole feed, and then right.
She's like hugging a dude. You're like, who the fuck is that? But it's her cousin, and you feel weird about it. We don't know these people. We shouldn't be giving them this much information. I want to get to know somebody organically.
Well, we are public facing.
We are public facing, but a lot of people aren't public facing. I just don't think so. I guess there's a thing happening, and you probably don't know this, or maybe you do. I don't know. But on dating apps, people will ask for each other's Instagrams. Generally, it's men asking women, right?
Yeah.
And because they want to see I think it's because they want to see if they can't get a sense through the dating app whether she's hot enough to go out with. But the social media will show you that. Whereas I've heard some women say, no, I just want to get their vibe. And that maybe is what women are doing. Women are probably trying to get more of the vibe, see if he's got super conservative posts on there, or like a lot of Jesus stuff, or things that might be a red flag. But I think generally when a guy asks you for your social media from a dating app, it's because he wants to see if you're hot enough to go out with.
So I would ask for social media before the phone number, because I think that would be less intrusive. And what I want to know is, yes, of course, consistency in photos, but less that I would want to know their story. I'd want to know who this person is, what they like. I seriously, I'd want to know, like you just asked me what kind of songs would be my success changer. I'd want to know all of that. To me, I mean, that's
too much information. Well, no, it's not stalkerish. I think it's a way to talk ourselves out of going on a date. Because then we're gonna be like, you know what? There was like a Jesus quote, and I'm just not really into that. And it's like, you could have went out with them, had a great time, had a great connection. It doesn't matter if they have read the Bible or something. It's like, I think it's a way to I guess it's a way to weed people out, which for women I think is probably a good thing. They need to stay safer. So I see the argument there for women needing to take care of themselves.
I think it could be a red flag if you see someone's profile and he has one photo and it's very nondescript and he's got nothing on it. Like he's got not even his face on there's something about that would be untrusting.
He's following OnlyFans accounts, exclusively half naked, softcore porn accounts.
I know when I went on a blind date with Vanessa, we obviously had each other's Instagram accounts before we even met, and I went through that whole I went through her entire, just scroll for hours, went through her entire to the very first post. Years and years of her story I saw before I even met her. Did it backfire? I don't know. I don't know how. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can't help but to judge things, right? So you're right. It's not a clean canvas as opposed to just like, hey, meet me here. Let's hang out, and it's a fresh start. You know, I don't want to know. I could let's do the unfolding in real time instead of me
I
knowing
think
everything
so.
about you. Yeah,
I don't think we should be following each other, but again, I think women need to do whatever they need to stay safe. And
yeah.
so if that means following someone and getting a good sense of who they are and who their friends are and that kind of stuff, fine. But like I like my addict brain wants to if I have a crush on someone, I want their Instagram so I could go deep in and just like crush
Right.
hard, you know?
Crush
But I
hard.
don't think it's the right thing to do.
Have you been rejected? Like have you kissed someone or made an attempt and maybe they kissed you back a little bit and you could tell that that kiss was just courtesy and then they're like, okay, this isn't gonna work. Like have you been rejected often in your life or no?
I think not. If there's a kiss, I think I'm pretty confident that it's wanted. Like I'm not going to get a courtesy kiss.
Hmm. Well,
I'm
when
not
you
going.
when
I'm
a
not
lot of
going
times,
in. I'm not going in unless I know it's going to
oh,
be.
she's gonna kiss you back, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Because I usually ask people like, "Hey, I'd really like to kiss you. Is that something you want, or do you
Oh
want to?"
gosh, Sean, no, man, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in the asking for a kiss. But I think it's such a boner killer.
Dude,
You do it, man. You kiss someone or you don't. You, hey, can I kiss you right here on the little bit on the left?
yeah.
I'm coming in now. Can you?
I mean,
Is that
okay.
old school? No, man.
Yeah, it's old school, but I will say, I've posted about this. This is a very divisive. This is like who pays on the first date, dude. Some people will fucking die on the hill that you do not ask anyone to kiss. You
Yeah,
go in for the
yeah,
kiss. You do
yeah,
it kind of slowly so that they know it's happening.
yeah.
And like, dude, I haven't done that in fucking 20 years.
Oh, so you actually ask? So you when you feel like kissing someone, you say, "Hey, do you mind if I kiss you?" And then you go. I mean, I guess that fits your style.
Not do you mind if I kiss you?
What do you
Fucking,
ask?
I'd love to kiss you right now. I would love to
Oh,
kiss
I
you.
would love to kiss you. Oh, fuck, that's vulnerable. I don't know if I would. I would love to
It's
kiss you right now.
it's
Okay.
a question, but it's an expression of interest that is
Yeah.
received like a question.
And then, so when you say that, do you then wait for them? What do you wait? What's the green light? They nod their head, they say sure, or they kiss
It's
you,
called consent. You wait for them to say yes,
and then you make your move. What
and
if
then
they
you make
say
your
no? Oh,
move.
so they haven't said no. You haven't gotten a no.
Oh, I might have gotten to know at some point, and then you just
Yeah.
say like, "Cool, I'm glad I asked."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because look, here's what I don't want: going in for a kiss and someone like moving
Backpedaling.
backwards, backing
Yeah.
up, dude. Like, so here's the thing: the other half of the people on when I ask, this question of should we ask for the kiss, the other half were saying, yes. I think it's so fucking hot when someone can say, I want to make out with you. I want to kiss you. It means they're owning their desire. They're bold. They're courageous. I think it
I
takes
get
even more
that.
courage to ask for the kiss or to say that you want to kiss them rather than just like going in for it.
I see both sides, man. But then there's also other people. It's like, fuck, just kiss me. Quit asking me. It's
Totally.
ambivalent. It feels weak. It feels like you don't know. Either kiss me or don't.
No, I do know. I just want to make sure you're okay with it.
Well, take the risk. I'll show you. Because if I kiss you back, I am. And if I don't, then that means I'm not.
I just don't feel like putting anybody in that position of like
Yeah.
not wanting. I mean, okay.
Maybe
The
I'm a
last
little too
person
aggressive.
the last person I kissed, I didn't ask.
Mm.
But
And what happened?
she came towards me. Like
Oh, then she kissed you. You didn't kiss her. That's
she kissed
different.
me.
Yeah. 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 Well,
Well, we
okay.
kissed
So
each
she
other.
kissed you without asking you. Were you offended?
We kissed each other. We kissed each other.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it was like it was impossible that it wasn't going to happen sort of
Yeah.
situation.
Man,
So I think
as we're talking about this, I'm just realizing how fucking complicated all this is. And no wonder why it's hard dating
or
and being
how
single. Oh my
or how many
God, all the
people
way.
you kissed that didn't want to kiss you.
Yeah, just all the steps and should I this and should I that and what's appropriate, what's offensive, and
Who
oh my
pays?
God, who pays? And oh, geez, I remember when, yeah, back in the day when people just used to just make things happen or not.
That yeah, and I don't know what's best, and I agree, dude. It's complicated out there. I think
Yeah,
you just have to
yeah.
do what feels right for you.
I mean, just think about what we're talking about. Okay, phone number or social media. You know, the pros and cons of both. Do I ask to kiss? Do I not ask to kiss? Who pays on the first date? Who doesn't? At what point do I return the call? When do we have sex? I mean, holy shit, man.
Do we ask them if they're single? When do we talk about
Oh
sexual
god,
health? Like,
so
when do
many.
we ask if
Yeah.
they want to have kids? When do
What
we
environment do you even approach? Are you able to approach people? Like, because if they're on a plane wanting to be themselves, but like by themselves, who knows? It's like, oh my god.
AirPods in or out? Or is the book okay? Are they looking around? Like,
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot, man. It is a lot.
well,
Fuck.
here's why I prefer to just ask. I just prefer to ask. So
Yeah,
it's like kind of taking the whole game. It's still confusing to a
yeah,
certain degree, but it's less confusing if you just ask. And like,
yeah.
no woman has ever been like, you know what? I wanted to kiss you, but ew, you asked me? Like, you're a loser. Like, that's never happened.
Well, the way that you say it, I kind of see what you're saying. Hey, I really want to kiss you. Okay, but do you mind if I kiss you right now? Like that kind of ask, that's gonna fall on his face.
Dude,
That's a turn.
so at Burning Man, my like number one thing was, do you want to ride bikes and make out?
Oh, you would ask? It's like it's a package deal.
It's a package
It's
deal.
like what if someone's like, I want to ride bikes, but I don't want to fucking make out.
So
It has
say
its
it.
one.
Say
It's easy.
say
Okay.
say it. Say I want to ride bikes, but I don't want to make out. And I go, cool, let's go for a bike ride.
Wait a minute. Did that work? You said, do you want to ride bikes and make out? And people are like, sure.
All the time.
Are you serious? And so both happened?
What? No, it was always a bike ride with it. They always wanted to make out. Here, here's the
They,
thing. I think it's a bold move that women aren't used to,
yeah.
and they like it.
Yeah.
For the most part,
Maybe.
they
I don't
like
know.
it.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's a generational thing.
Or just saying, "Hey, do you want to make out?" Yeah, I would love to make out.
I can't. It's so strange. I can't imagine myself asking that. But yeah, fuck. I don't know. Maybe that's the standard now. You know.
It's
Maybe
so
that's
funny though that we could have totally different experiences, and like I know this works for me, and what you've
yeah.
been doing has worked for you.
Yeah, maybe it's also tied to your personality. So like I can't be you and you can't be me. So if I try to do that because I think it's appropriate, but it comes out in a way that's false, it's not gonna work. It's like you have to be authentically you. And I think um I'm more of the guy that's gonna kiss you. I mean, I'm not gonna do it without signs. I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna, try to kiss you while you're, eating pasta. But like if I feel that we've been flirting and I feel that there's a lot of connection and then I have no problem just, kissing you. Uh I feel like the whole ask it's such a big speed bump. I think it's gonna ruin the moment, but that's just me.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about this, and this applies to talking about STIs too. If having a conversation about your desire kills the mood was not that solid.
Okay.
If just saying, "Do you want to make out?" makes someone like gives them the ick,
All right.
they didn't really want to make out with you
Okay.
enough. That's how I feel personally. But again, I've gotten messages from people saying, "Do not ask me if I want to make out. Just kiss me."
Yes.
Like
Yes. I get
like
it.
be
Yeah.
bold,
Yeah. Yeah.
be a
Yeah. Yeah.
man. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
a little, it's a toxic, it's a little sexist. Be a
Yeah.
man about it, grow a
I,
pair and fucking do it.
I wonder if age is a factor. I wonder if women, say in their 40s or 50s, that might be more. And then women in their, say, 20s or 30s would be like, no, fucking ask me. That's hot. Who
I
knows?
think I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. All
Whew,
right.
all
What
right.
what a fucking rich subject.
It's multi-layered. And listen, man, I get a lot of people who hate being single, who are sick of the swipe culture and all of this, and I kind of understand because it can be complicated. At the same time, I don't think we should live there. Meaning, you can't just dwell on all the shit that's negative because you're never going to want to leave your house. So
I got a question for us. You ready?
yeah, let's do it.
It's connected. Oh, I gotta hit the button.
Hey, gentlemen. My name is Emily. I'm 33, calling from Washington State. I'm actually reaching out to you guys because I'm curious on how you men would feel if a woman like me was to put out there on Field, the dating app, that I am looking for somebody to be basically friends with benefits, but without the sexual penetration. I'm all for everything else, playing with toys, the intimacy, massages, but I'm not looking for penetration. I've taken that off the table this year to explore more of my pleasures and find out what arouses me, but I'm curious on from a guy standpoint, what you guys would think about seeing that on a profile. Thanks, men. Hope you have a beautiful day.
Okay. First of all, you know about Field?
Yes, I've heard of it. And also, what a great question.
So for people who don't know Field, Feeld, it's more of like a sex positive app where you could find like hookups, getting spanked, threesomes, like kind of whatever. And full disclosure, I am using Field currently to set up like fun dates in Berlin. Not to like let everybody know to be on Field in Berlin.
Shaun is advertising, by the way, guys.
But then I will have stories hopefully about Field. Okay, so anyways, that's what Field is. It's like a sexy, sex positive Tinder kind of thing.
Yes. I love this question. I love it, man. I think it's so empowering for her to be like, hey, here's what I want. Here's what I don't want. And she has every right to do that. And I think it's responsible, because it's also not false advertising. You're not leading anyone on. And there's going to be a ton of people who just want foreplay or who just want these things. And it's okay to not want penetration. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I think and that's kind of the beauty of Field and also the beauty of dating apps is that you can absolutely just fucking put whatever you want on there. Yeah. And there's going to be some dude or some woman or some person who's going to be like, yeah, I want that. I want that. And I want that with you. So if you say penetration is absolutely not on the table, but all these other things are massages, dripping hot wax, oral, I'm going to put my foot in your butt, like all sorts of, someone's going to be into it. Someone will be into it. Yeah. But it's interesting. The question is like, are men going to be disappointed that they can't penetrate me? Right.
I mean, I think she's saying that, and this is kind of telling of, I don't know if it's the locker room patriarchy, men defining sex as, if it's not intercourse, it's not sex kind of thing, like that. It's all or nothing. There is no in between. I actually think that oral sex is more intimate many times than penetration, than intercourse.
Yes.
That's so intimate to me. It's especially if this is just going to be without love and more of just experience, then we're talking about like just fucking. To me, that's not as intimate as actually foreplay and kissing and oral sex.
Yeah. I'm laughing because I remember having sex with a French woman in a hostel bathroom in Argentina like maybe 10 years ago or something. Mm-hmm. And she didn't want to have oral sex. She was like, no, that's way too intimate. But you can fuck me in this bathroom.
You're like, well, I can't get it up unless we do other things.
Oh, no, it was up.
Yeah. Oh, it was up. Good.
Yeah. That hasn't ever been a problem for me.
I think the spontaneity and the fact that you guys are in a public place may be what was kind of the kink or what was hot.
I mean, she was hot, and the whole thing was hot.
Yeah, the whole situation.
But here was funny. I actually at the end after sex, I thanked her. I was like, "Thanks, that was a lot of fun." She was like, do not thank me. Like you don't ever thank a woman for having sex.
Oh, that makes sense because it's saying like she gave something to you instead of this was a mutual exchange.
Yeah, but I've thanked people in the past and they're like, yeah, thank you. God, that was so hot. Like it.
Yeah, she took it the wrong way. I wonder if it's cultural. That's interesting that was almost offensive.
Yeah, she was offended.
What if you said instead of thank you, what if you said you're welcome?
You're welcome. Yes. That was good, right? You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. Just you're welcome and leave. Yeah, I love this question. And my answer is that's great. I love it. Keep being specific. Draw that boundary and go get what you want. Go give yourself the experience you want. Don't minimize or don't. And this is, I think, what's going to be difficult is if someone agrees to it and then in the heat of the moment, they start trying to ask or convince you, oh, wait, what does that say? Let me just put the tip in. Right. let me just, that kind of shit. Sneaky.
Yeah. That's creepy, by the way. That is creepy behavior.
Well, I mean, we talked, I forgot what it's called, but the whole pulling the condom off.
Stealthing.
Remember that? Pulling the I didn't even know that was the thing that you pull the condom off it. And then that's horrible.
So hopefully she doesn't have any experiences where someone's pushing your boundary, but sometimes it happens and you have to just be like, hey, I said no penetration. And then that sort of like, if someone pushes your boundary, like that's kind of over. Like the interaction is over.
Yeah. Well, the trust is broken, The trust is
Yes.
broken. It's not safe
And
anymore.
and just to circle back, I do think that this is kind of a really beautiful opportunity for her to discover things that are outside of penetration. Sometimes you have to take it off the table to discover other things that are cool and exciting and that you might really, really like.
I think what she's talking about is prescribed to all of us. We should all at sometimes just take penetration off the table and explore and just like take it slow and just make out. And I love that. I don't know if it's because I'm 50, but I mean, to me, that's more of an experience than just, in an elevator, pulling your pants down real quick and whatever it is, just having sex.
That can be fun in an elevator, though.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, you got 11 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you hit the stop button.
Yeah, but then you have the alarm. It's going to set off your fight or flight. You're not going to become. Yeah, that's just on only the movies.
Fight, flight, or fuck. Have you heard of that?
Oh no! Did you just make that up?
No, I heard fight, flight, freeze, or
or fuck.
Freeze,
That's
or
like
fuck. Yeah.
your feelings. Okay.
Yeah.
As a way of numbing, huh? As a way of coping, a regulating
as a
nervous
coping
system.
mechanism.
Okay.
I mean, if you have,
Interesting.
I've never. That's not my mode, but I guess some people in conflict, they just want to like fucking turns them on.
Yeah. Get
Okay,
it.
one
I've
more.
never done it in an elevator. I've never done it on a plane or a train.
Or
Only
train.
in a car.
Hey,
Only in a car.
I booked a train ticket from Berlin to Bolzano, Italy. So who knows?
Oh shit! Well, so far,
Dude,
man.
for
So far,
John.
things are going very well for you. So far, things are rolling.
If I have sex with someone on a train, I'll be at the end, instead of thanking her, I'll go, "That was for John."
You say you're welcome. You say you're welcome, lady.
As long as she's not French, it'll be okay.
Jesus.
What is it with me and
great
French
question.
girls? Okay, I got another question. You ready?
What's the energy with French girls? I don't think I've ever been with a French girl. The culture,
I think it
culturally.
really depends on the French girl. But it's because I speak French.
Oh,
as
shit.
a French
Yeah,
Canadian,
you have that.
So there's
Okay,
like
of course.
something cute about my accent, and
Yeah. You got your foot in with the French. Okay, I got it.
got my foot in.
Yeah.
All right. Second question.
Hi, John and Shaun. This is Cynthia in Seattle. I am soon to be 60. I date younger men. My age range is 38 to 50. Anyways, my question is this. I feel like on the apps, because that's the way to meet people these days, flirting and the art of seduction and talking flirty is a dying art. Like, guys have no idea how to do it. And if I start to do it, all I get back is kind of porn talk. So can you just speak to how men can do better in that? And I don't know, is that something that makes them feel vulnerable as well? All right, have a good day. And Shaun, if you're in Seattle, I'd love to buy you a drink. All right, thanks again. Bye.
Wow, forward
She
like
said
you.
John. She said John.
She said Shaun if you're in Seattle. She did not say John. She
I heard
said
John.
Shaun. I heard Shaun. Why the fuck would I be in Seattle? You're the one traveling, man.
Why would I be in Seattle? I live in Montreal.
She said Shaun.
Okay, anyways. So
Anyways,
guys can't
yeah.
flirt, basically.
Well, it's a generalization.
Yeah, no, but that's like kind of what she's saying, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's basically, what else can we do besides dirty talk? I like the question, and flirting can be anything. It doesn't have to be obvious, you know. I think the best flirting is not obvious. I think it's subtle. Humor can be flirting.
Yeah, I like bringing in a playful. I think it's called like a playful energy. Can we bring a playful energy to our interactions?
Flirtation, curiosity. Like I think Esther Perel defines erotic not in a sexual way, but in a playful, curious, that kind of way. And it doesn't have to just be about sex talk or dirty talk.
So what is this woman saying? She's saying that she's not able to guys aren't able to flirt with her, and it just feels dry.
One, that she prefers younger men, which tends to be the thematic these days. Women having experiences with younger men. And to that, I say it's about time.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. And then why is flirting just like porn talk, basically. And I don't know if she has a question or it's a statement, but I would say take the lead. I also believe that women can start first or kiss first or ask someone out or flirt or whatever, like lay that track. How do you want to, or express, how you want to be, how do you want to flirt?
That's funny. That was another point that I had that I'd forgotten about during the dating app conversation, which is that women can ask men out. But again, that is also very divisive. There was a ton of women that were like, absolutely not. Like, if he can't ask me out,
No,
I'm not interested.
That's too old school. I mean, I can be old school, but look, in today's world, if you're just going to play like either he asked me out or we're not going out, it's like, come on.
If he wanted to, he would.
Well, if you want to, you should. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make you less of a woman or anything. Man, if a woman came up to me and asked me out, that's like such a compliment. I would love that. I wouldn't see her as unattractive. I would think like, oh, she knows what she wants and she's being forward about it. That's amazing.
Again, here it is. If you're into it, it doesn't matter who asks who.
Yeah,
like if you want to make out and they ask you to make out, you're making out, right? If you're into this woman and you haven't asked her out yet, and so she asks you out first, you're going out. Yeah. You're not going to be like, ew, you asked me out. It's so desperate. I thought you were so cool.
You're right. I was going to say for some women that may be a turn off, but yeah, I mean, if you're into someone, yeah, that's it's going to happen.
I mean, I have heard that there are a lot of women there that would absolutely never ask a man out.
Yeah, I've heard that
because
too.
The assumption is that if he was into me, he would have asked me out already.
But that's not. I don't know, man, because there's a lot of people like that are intimidated or that maybe aren't getting the right signs or feel that you're going to say no. There's a lot of reasons why someone won't ask you out even if they wanted to.
And they're going to say, I don't want to be with no fucking scrub who's scared of rejection, can't go for what he wants, or isn't picking up the signs. And it's like, okay, maybe you're like going to pass by something really, really sweet. I think this is where we take a book, we take a page out of a queer playbook here where there isn't so much emphasis. We're going to have a whole episode on the male-female polarity thing. Yeah. And I think this is just a teaser. But we need less emphasis on this masculine, feminine roles thing. I think it's fucking us up in a big way.
Well, I think especially as far as the connection, I mean, once we get into relationship dynamics, I think it plays more as far as masculine, feminine energy and all that. Of course, there's also attachment styles and all these other things. But when we're just talking about going on a date, let's make it simple. It doesn't matter who asks who out. Just look, if you find someone attractive and you connect with the person, express interest. It's not a gender thing.
Also, if you're a dude, you better pay for the first date.
Yes. Sean's really holding on to this thing. Sean's
really I'm learning. Look, I can do better. Okay, I can do better also.
Sean does pay for coffee. He said he pays for coffee on the first date.
I'm not going to split the coffee, dude. I'll buy the coffee, and now I'm buying lunch. I'm going up to lunch.
You're going to lunch. You're just not at dinner. But yeah,
no dinners.
I go to I'm like I'll pay for dinner and your daughter's college and
like Uber home and
yeah.
You're like, you live in San Diego? No problem. I'll Uber you home. No problem. John, I got to go. I got to have dinner with friends with my buddy Jason that I've known since I was 16 years old. I'm 42. Wow.
Dude, I'm glad you're having an amazing trip. And next episode, we'll see what unfolds with Shaun and the French women who brought him towels.
Well, that and Monday, I will have already been in Berlin for a couple days, and I'm going to a PJ party on Saturday.
Wow. How do you get into this? How do you find out about a PJ party?
So my friend Mark, who I met on Instagram last year, I was looking for costumes and I went on Instagram and I was like, hey, are you in Berlin and do you have costumes? This guy, Mark, Breathwork Mark, on Instagram reached out to me and he was like, I have some costumes. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go meet this fucking guy that I met on Instagram called Breathwork Mark. And I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if he's cool or not. I couldn't tell from his Instagram. Coolest fucking guy ever. Total fucking sweetheart. Nice. Had a whole bunch of funny like wigs and like sequin dresses and hooked me the fuck up. I got hooked up in Berlin. And so he told me about this PJ party. And he's like, here's a Telegram link for the party. It's like some weird underground thing. There's going to be saunas. People are going to be wearing like kimonos and like bunny slippers. So I'll let you know.
I'm glad you're doing that because you could tell us all about it because for most of us, we don't get to experience things like that. So
PJ parties in Berlin?
No. Yeah.
Well, stick with
Nude
me, guys,
beaches.
and I'll tell you all about them. I'll even tell you how to find them.
Awesome. Thank you for listening.
John,
Be well.
Love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy.
Okay.
Love you.
Have a beautiful day, everybody.
Be well.